Plenty of passion, as ever, from the Italians. Rousing stuff. And now a short pause for breath while we remember all those affected by the devastating earthquake and tsunami in Japan. A minute's silence as a mark of respect for those that have lost their lives and whose worlds have changed forever. Japan, of course, in France's pool at the World Cup starting in September, along with the host New Zealand, themselves recovering from the destruction of 2 recent earthquakes. But now down to business for these two. Italy then making 7 changes. Lo Cicero, Festuccia and Del Fava returning in a heavyweight pack. Sergio Parisse commanding his troops from number 8 as usual. Okwera returning at fly half after missing out against Wales, with Garcia and Benvenuti getting a run out as well. An interesting switch at fullback where Andrea Massi starts, continuing his journey around the Italian back division. France have changed 4 in the pack. Sylvain Marconnet makes his 83rd appearance. Julien Bonner is recalled at blindside. Sébastien Chabal hanging on to his place at number 8. Morgan Parra was called off the bench in midweek to replace Dimitri Yashvili, who's injured his thigh. There's a welcome return at fullback for the ever-dangerous Maxime Medard, who missed the England game with a hamstring problem. Amongst the replacements, Italy can call on Paul Derbyshire, now fit again, and the French have the firepower of Emmanuel Harunordiki, so outstanding in the early rounds of the Six Nations Championship. The referee today is Bryce Lawrence of New Zealand. Beautiful sunshine overhead, no wind to speak of really, Andy. Conditions couldn't be more perfect.
Perfect day for a game of rugby here this afternoon. Both sides obviously coming off defeats last time. France have got such a good record here, Ali. They love to play here, they love to score tries, and it could be a good afternoon here this afternoon in Rome.
Luciano Okwera ready to get us underway, playing his rugby in France, as so many of this Italian side do, 8 of them in all. Knocked forward by the French, and Parra thinking he might have got away. Morgan Parra coming in relatively late notice, but of course now an experienced campaigner, one of Marc Lièvremont's discoveries, played in the coach's first ever match against the Scots a few years back, and he's been one of the ever-presents in this French lineup. But a great attacking position, this one, right at the outset for the Italians.
Poor start by the French there, Ali. They should take that. The forwards should have taken that. Morgan Parra seemed to, at the very last minute, come in and take it off Chabal. And Italy have got a great position very early in this game.
And a very heavyweight front rows, as you'd expect. Lo Cicero, Festuccia and Castro Giovanni, but a free kick for the Italians, and here's the skipper, Parisse, straight into the heart of matters. Dug out, but not fetched nicely by Semenzato, but the French are offside, right in front of the sticks.
Great start by Italy. Sergio Parisse, number 8, one of the best players in the world. Castro Giovanni there, obviously put the pressure on. You saw Parisse got right to Tranduc, and there was Dusetois, the French captain, coming offside, and here's an easy kick for Bergamasco.
The Italians have struggled from the tee, just a 50% success rate. Bergamasco has been doing most of the kicking, with Okwera as well now and then, but Bergamasco, in his wildest dreams, wouldn't have set up this scenario with not 2 minutes gone, right in front of the post to put Italy into the lead. No trouble at all, winning his 80th cap today. Mirko Bergamasco has been a man possessed for much of the Six Nations, has been tearing across the field, but here the infringement, and Bergamasco's made them pay.
Certainly has. A sloppy start by France, couldn't take the kick off. Free kick then conceded at the scrum, and then a penalty by Giuseppe. Poor start by France.
The restart launched high by Tranduk and gathered in by Festuccia. Semenzato. Underneath this is Shabal. Got it away quickly, but Parra's got no room to move. He's being bundled backwards. Great start, this really intense from the Italians. Tranduk again opts for the boot. Massey underneath this. Outstanding take, but Josion's in there as well, and the French may have turned this ball over. No.
That was a great kick by Tranduk, but an equally great take there by Massey. Went up with Josion there. They both had it. You can see they both got hands on it, but quite right then it was a pile-up. This was the box kick, and Shabal offloading it to Parra. That's not what you want from your number 8. You want your number 8 to be taking the contact and allowing the scrum half to be on his feet to play the game.
Probably the biggest man in the French lineup, handing it to the smallest.
I'm going to call cut.
So now a decent attacking
be patient.
position if they'd had the put into the scrum, but Bryce Lawrence awarding the feed to the Italians, so Semenzato is poised, and they've won the penalty. Sylvain Marconnet singled out by the referee. In today for Thomas Domingo, a little surprisingly, Domingo has been rested. Marconnet, of course, a hugely experienced campaigner, but Domingo's been one of the standout stars for the French.
Absolutely destroyed the Scottish scrum in the first weekend. Gave a lot of trouble in the second weekend to Ireland as well. But you know, Marconnet, it's not a crazy selection. It's not one of some of Mark Lieberman's idiosyncrasies. Selfin Marconnet is a fantastic player. Missed the last World Cup with a ski injury, I seem to remember, and you know, he's looking. He'll have a big role to play, not just today, but later on in the year in the World Cup as well.
So first line out of the match with Carlo Festuccia, a 50th cap for him today, and immediately finding Carlo Del Fava, and here come the Italians. Garcia trying to slip the ball away to Massey. Decent quick rock ball, but no scrum half. Castrogiovanni picks up and does the dirty work. This is Zani trying to punch a hole or two. He's done well. Semenzato is there. Oquera, Garcia, he's lost it in the tackle and upended, and Medard pumps it away. Come back for the scrum.
Some big hits already going in by the French. Italy just were a bit laboured in everything they were doing there with that backline move. Passing wasn't quite great, the support lines weren't great, they were a bit slow to clear out the contact. But Rouget just stands up massive, knocks him down there. Not really any arms engaged there. The referee could have a look at that, but there wasn't many Italians there to help with clear out to get the quick ball.
So Lo Cicero, Festuccia and Castrogiovanni up against Marconnet, Servat and Mas.
Touch!
Fierce in front row on either side. The Italians over the years have prided themselves on this set-piece scrummage, but here the nudge from the French. A nice ball as Rouget comes off his wing. Penalty to the French, with the Italians not releasing.
France do this a lot, they bring Rouget off the scrum, but look here, we'll just see the top of it. Oquera tackles Josion, we'll see it there. The referee has penalised Oquera, the standoff, for tackling the French number 12, Josion, who didn't have the ball. Oh, what a kick!
Maxime Medard will not want to be looking through that later on. That was an absolute horror.
Well, the only thing going for it was that it made touch.
Yeah, it did make touch. Medard, conceivably, just a little rusty perhaps, but so good against the Scots. A try scorer, of course, and a try against the Irish as well.
He got the man of the match, not for his kicking, I can assure you.
Decent line-out ball here for the French, and it's driven on now by the hooker, Servat.
Still a more.
Du Sautoir goes to ground. Parra finds Tranduk. Up Up it goes, and Massey again is chasing after it. Takes it beautifully. He's played all across the back division, Andrea Massey, except at scrum half. Hasn't played at fullback for a good couple of years now for the Italians, but pressed into service today and holding up under those high balls very, very well. Semenzato with Bergamasco chasing. Uge.
Now that was a great kick by Semenzato, the Italian scrum half. Anytime you put a box kick up as a scrum half, you want to get your support runners underneath it. This was the take by Massey. Two great kicks so far under pressure, but this is Uge under pressure for Bergamasco. He's jarred himself probably as he came down there, but very good kick by Semenzato. Allowed Bergamasco there to put severe pressure on Uge.
A few running repairs for both sides here. A chance, a first breather really. Bergamasco putting himself about, making sure his presence is felt. Another one who plies his trade for Racing Metro. 5 of the Italian team playing for the Parisian club. Glorious spring day in Rome, as it always seems to be here, Six Nations time.
Indeed.
Crouch! Stand up. I'm going to ask one more time. No head on head. Step to the side. Step to the side. Crouch! Touch! Pause! Engage!
It took an eternity for the two packs to collide, but finally we have a scrum.
You know, I mean, there's so much talk about scrums at the moment. We've 3 scrums so far in this game, and not one has been successful on the first engagement. There's just so much going on. Bryce Lawrence, the referee, saying too slow to Semenzato, but the scrum's got to be secure, it's got to be stationary before you put the ball in.
Well, he might have been talking about himself to some extent, because he was incredibly slow and deliberate about the commands.
Touch!
Here he goes again.
Pause! Engage!
Semenzato gets it in, but it's been hooked back by Bonaire. And the French have possession. Tranduc, a little bit of width, first sign of Rougerie, ball in hand. Inside ball for Josion to take up to the 10-metre line. Clark. Marconnet again, taking the contact. Italian defence holding firm for the moment. Marconnet wrapped up very quickly by Parisi, so speedy up in defence. Tranduc, he spotted some space in behind Bergamasco, and covers back nicely. And here's Massey again to do the clearance job. Clark is waiting. Dangerous runner, really dangerous runner if he's given any room to move. Nice quick ball for the French, but they don't seem to be lining up in big enough numbers towards the left. Rougerie. Sent a little message there by the Italian forwards. Delape really making it count. Para to Tranduc. Flipped on by Josion, but it's gone loose. Clark is there. France really haven't made any headway upfield with all this possession, and now they're going backwards. Great work from Lo Cicero in Italy, and this is Canale chipping ahead. He's had some success with this kind of bouncing ball. Medar is there.
Right decision by Canale, just wrong execution. They need to stay in the 22, put more pressure, but this is Tranduc under pressure from Castro Giovanni and Lo Cicero. You can see he just gets the knock in there, and Barbieri manages to get the turnover. It then goes on to Canale. It was the right thing to do, but too strong a kick. Good defence though by Italy up to that point.
Thinking for a minute there, Canale was going to repeat his trick from the Welsh game. Got that early try, of course, against the Welsh with the chip ahead and the chase. A successful chase. Here come Italy again. Decent start from the Azzurri. Massi burst through. Festuccia takes it up. He's been robbed by Uge.
Well, that's all a bit scrappy, isn't it? Some big hits going in, some poor defence going in. Mazzi just ran straight at Nally, and he was like a Spanish matador. Let them look. Watch this. Nally is about 18 stone. You can't quite see it there. That's a that was Pierre, in fact. Terrible effort to as defence on a second row on a full back.
Italians at the moment finding quite a lot of space out there, Andy, but both sides guilty of turning over possession a fair bit.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched France live every round of the RBS Six Nations so far, and they're trying to do certain things. They try and get the ball. There's a turnover here. Uge just gets the turnover there on Festuccia. France try and get the mismatches. They try and get the Rougerie, the Josions, the Médard, the Clerc running at the opposition forwards. Hasn't quite worked for them. They go through the phases, Ali, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the mismatches, and when they do get it, they're devastating.
Again, a great attacking platform, this one. Line out, some 30 metres out from the try line. Italy with that slender lead. Parise finds Semenzato. Garcia. Well tackled by Dusautoir. Zani just lost a little bit of momentum, and the French defence was able to regroup, and now the drive on from the Italians. Oquera. Slippery. Cicero drives on. There's Parise again. Always makes it over the gain line. Semenzato to Oquera, to Garcia, there's space here. Oh, it's been intercepted by Tranduk. Chips ahead and Uge is after it. And Bergamasco will fall on it. No, was Massi to blame for interfering there. Massi hoofs it away. Médard, you don't want to give him any room either. Médard still going. Lovely inside ball to Dusautoir. Better from the French. Much greater continuity as Bonner feeds it on to Rougerie. Clerc is waiting. Plenty of Italian cover. Then the chip in field. Clerc still going. Clerc for the try!
Fantastic finish by Vincent Clerc. Fantastic finish. Just mentioned earlier about mismatches. We just saw the end of it there. So much broken field play there by France. Lots of things, but that was Rougerie giving it to Vincent Clerc. It was in a foot race between him and Canale, and he went in for the try. We just see a nice chip here by Clerc. He knew he had the pace in Canale, and the ball bounced up lovely. There it was, nice touchdown. And a try there by France.
Everything about that was measured from Vincent Clerc. He felt he had it all in hand, and a 23rd international try for the winger, who actually by his standards has had a bit of a lean spell. No try in 8 tests going back 16 months, so he'll be happy to be on the scoreboard. Finally, I read rather confusingly this week that the French coach, Marc Lévremont, in keeping with his Tinkerman reputation, have been trying him out at 9, scrum half. Seems extraordinary. Here's Morgan Parra to try to add the extras. Just missed, so France with the opportunity of 2 more, but Morgan Parra is not on target, so it's Italy 3, France 5.
You know what, Italy almost got away there. When trying to go the interception, it opened so much up in the midfield for Italy. It just shows you fine measures one team looked like they might score, and then 20 seconds, 30 seconds later, France get their try.
Kera launches it very, very long. It's gathered in by Uge, sells the dummy, and he sets off. And he's away, and he's got Marcanet inside him. Great run from the big prop forward. Offloads nicely, Chabal spills. And Italy can come away with it as Parise plays with fire, popping that between his legs. But the initial knock-on was from Sebastian Chabal, so the Italians can breathe again.
Yeah, they certainly can. Uge, he's been involved in a lot so far. This is Marcanet at the end, trying to offload it to Chabal. Good tackle by Zani. Zani's a great player. I really rate him very highly. Work rate's fantastic. This Parise through the legs. We saw that in the first round of matches. Tranduc set up the try for Aaron Nordic on the bench, but a good start there by Yon Uge.
Touch.
He would have wanted a strong start as well. Quite a lot of criticism coming his way after the match at Twickenham. One of those under threat. And the French have managed to get the ball back there, and Chabal has it. He spilt it again, I believe. And the Italians can regroup. No, the referee's happy to let play continue, and here they come through Rougerie and away to Vincent Clark again, who stopped short.
It's fine.
Chabal couldn't quite get the pass away properly, but still the French have it. Josion fancies it. Italy manning the barricades here. Tranduc to Rougerie. Rougerie will stretch it. Oh, he's dropped it. Dropped it over the line.
He did. And Bryce Lawrence was in absolutely brilliant position to make this call. Look where he is. Tranduc just takes it off, offloads it to Rougerie. He stretches. It's in his hand. He was there as well. Look, watch this. Just dropped it.
He must be wondering what on earth is going on, because of course there was that agonisingly close try that never was at Twickenham, and then now it's all happening all over again.
Tell you though, that Italy won't be happy with the scrum. They've conceded 2 against the head already in the scrum. Italian scrum renowned, it's one of their strengths, but it's certainly a strength of France as well, and they will exert huge pressure now. Look how close Italy are to the line. 5-yard scrum here for them to defend.
Evermore looking on.
Right, let's go, guys.
Relatively pleased with the scoreline, if nothing else. It's been a little scrappy, a little scratchy so far, but pressure here on the Italian pack. Great support inside the Stadio Flaminio, growing in volume.
Pause. Engage. Go. Down. Reset. Feed it immediately.
The referee just said feed it immediately, and I'm sure he means get it in immediately, but that could easily be translated put it into the second row.
Just tuck it straight in to your own second row.
Stand up, come forward.
Something Morgan Parra was guilty of a couple of weekends ago.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Simonzato quick this time, up pops Castro Giovanni, and the penalty is a French one.
That is just power all the way from France. Look at this, straight in. As soon as it's in, look at Castro Giovanni, gets absolutely ballooned up in the air there by Maz. What a RBS Six Nations he's had so far.
Great work from the French front row. It's given a very straightforward opportunity here for Morgan Parra.
No water for a penalty.
You see that when the referee's saying to Simonzato to put the ball straight in the way. As soon as they engaged, they put the ball in, and Italy were under pressure immediately. Now you have to allow the scrum to be stationary first.
No bother for Parra. 1 from 2 now. Happy to be on the board after his slightly awkward midweek with Yashvili going down with a thigh injury. He's spoken about the frustrations, Morgan Parra, of being picked and dropped, but that is slightly something he's got to get used to as long as Marc Lièvremont remains the head coach of this French setup. France 8-3 in front then. Servat.
Stay here, please.
Well, that's poor from Du Sautoir, and the Italians will look to capitalise here. I think the French have enough bodies back. Cradling that ball. Tranduk.
Hold, Blue, hold.
To Parise. Barges Uge out of the way, but to his credit, the French winger hangs on. Massi to Okera. Barbieri, the open side. Delape. Big, strong man, Argentinian born. Up towards that 22. Castro Giovanni. Massi. Big hit coming in from Nale. Okera, a little ponderous. Garcia caught stuttering and almost stationary. Little injection of pace here from Canale. Canale's going strong. They have the advantage here, the Italians. They will have the penalty. Castro Giovanni pops it out for Okera. This is looking promising. Oh, the interception again. Tranduk waiting for it. And they'll come back for what should be 3 straightforward points.
Yeah, good play there. Good play again by Italy. I thought you mentioned ponderous in commentary. It really was, but this is Canale. Nothing ponderous about this break. Comes off the right foot, has the pace to get away, gets round Para. Rougerie eventually gets him, but he was too slow to roll away there. Orient Rougerie, and conceded a penalty. Malik getting excited there. Should be another 3 points and bring Italy right back in this.
Lovely balanced run from Gonzalo Canale. Playing with Clermont Auvergne. Winning his 65th cap today. So he really is one of those old campaigners that Nick Mallet has been able to rely upon over the last 3 years or so. And here's Bergamasco. From 2 for Mirko Bergamasco, and 2 points the difference.
When you've got a 50% success rate before this game, you want your first 2 penalties to be as close as they have been for Bergamasco. 100% so far. Nice easy one there. And at 8-6, it's game on. Even though France in the last 10 minutes looked like they were going to pull away, fair play to Italy, they've come back into it.
Tranduk with the steepling restart, and this is Festuccia, the hooker. Parise keen to get involved.
Taken back. Traces are fine.
Semenzato with the box kick. Chabal. Again to Para. And this is Medar. Looking to make room for Uge, who's found some. Steps inside Barbieri. Para again. Rougerie's pass goes to ground and then to Medar. No options for the fullback.
Yep.
Bonner fends off Lo Cicero. Chabal to Servat. Tranduk now, Rougerie on the switch.
Roll, roll!
Marconnet, who's been involved at every turn in these opening exchanges.
Not sure he wanted that one though, he was stationary.
Italy looking to turn possession over here, but Para has it. And Clerc has found some space, but it's being patrolled by Andrea Massi. It's a big boot downfield. Uge has time, and I don't think he's been practicing his punting an awful lot either.
I'm sure the kicking coach is for France, but with Medar and Uge so far, it's not been a masterclass. But again, he's found touch. This is Servat taking it in, good tackle by Festuccio, the opposite number. Chabal took it right up, made it very tight for him. It's been a very physical start to the game, no doubt about it. Maybe not some inspiration out there that sometimes you get with France. There's all the French subs so strong on the bench there as well today.
Plenty to call upon. This line-out's gone a little longer than they would have liked, and not straight either.
Scrum.
So an opportunity here for the French, who,
Scrum
let's just remember, need really, ideally, Andy, to be scoring quite a lot of points here today, given the way the table stands, with England having scored a hatful against the Italians at Twickenham. If they have genuine championship hopes, they need to get a few tries on the board today.
Yeah, they need to cut out the errors if they're going to do that. First 26 minutes, 5 unforced errors. They need to do better than that. But you're right, but let's be honest, history is on their side here in Rome. They like to play here. They like to score tries here.
An average of 45 points against Italy in Rome in the Six Nations for the French. They do enjoy playing with the Roman sun on their back, and here they come through Medard. Slips it to Uge, who's very well shackled by Garcia. Dusautoir runs into the brick wall that is Santiago Delape. Nice inside ball for Josian, who's been given no room to move either. Medard wrapped up by Parise and bundled backwards, and Italy have turnover ball.
Got to go wide now.
Semenzato finds Delape and Barbieri.
Back. Found the driver.
Now a bit of width. Oquero with the boot. Practical and effective.
It was. I mean, I was calling it to go wide. It had to go wide. If they wanted to go wide, it had to go in the first time. As soon as it got turnover ball, but right decision by Oquero.
So what's caught the eye of Serge Betsen? Serge.
Yeah, we saw a lot of problem with French team because there seems to be individual, but we didn't really saw them organized, and it's a little bit frustrating again to see French playing like this.
Well, they won the line-out ball through Lionel Nallet. A little bit of adventure here from Tranduk, who is taking it on. Servat couldn't slip past Barbieri.
Outside. Taken back. Hold blue.
Josian with the kick. And Massey again fielding it expertly. Making his intentions clear with the force with which he's heading towards the Frenchman.
Push.
Delape tries to keep it alive, and Semenzato has to tidy up. Slow ruck ball here for the Italians. Castrogiovanni drives on just an extra half metre or so, having signed a new contract with Leicester to stay at Welford Road. Lost in contact by Barbieri, and then Rougerie can't hang on to it either way. So we have a knock-on and a scrum down.
We've seen a lot of turnover balls so far in the game. This is Massey taking the high ball. Look how there's intent there, running straight at Rougerie. He gets away from Rougerie first time, he bounces him. But like the great player Rougerie is, he goes back in and has a bit more and puts in a good tackle with Uge. But a lot of turnover ball coming in tackle when guys are taking in, they're taking it, it's almost like an arm wrestle. Rougerie, Uge, some of the other boys have gone in and ripped the ball off them. It's just, people are so strong, upper body strength is so important.
Nicolas Mas receiving a little bit of treatment there, but here we're seeing some of the thunderous hits that are going in. Bonaire that time.
Yeah, it's a wonderful place. It's very different, obviously, to the other stadia around the Six Nations. Very friendly. Sun always seems to shine as it is here in Rome this afternoon.
That sun would seem all the warmer from a Roman perspective if the Italians could spring what would be one of the great shocks in world rugby if they could overturn the French here this afternoon. I think it would be all back to the Prime Minister's house for a big party. Here's Medard. Chip kick meant for Clark, who's brushed away. Parise taking it up again. And the Italians joining her up from the side. And this is within range for Morgan Parra.
Watch this. Massey gets this. We've just seen him knock Rougerie over, who's about 17 stone. Clark is a bit less than that, and he came off second best by quite some distance.
You might need a little bit more than a dose of water to shake off the after effects of that one. Morgan Parra's going to have a crack at this, I think. Vincent Clerc, the try scorer so far. Smiling and up on his feet. So a long-range effort this for Morgan Parra. Top point scorer for France in last year's Grand Slam. Looking to take the French into double figures. No problem with the distance, but it's come off the post. Parise is there. Driven back over the line.
5 metres.
Bonnaire, what a tackle by Julien Bonnaire. Great commitment. Chasing the kick, always chase the kick, you never know what's going to happen. Look at him, there's not too many of them chasing it, but Bonnaire was one of them. Straight on the post there, straight on it. Captain Parise gets it. The French bench watch it. It didn't go over.
Now they have to try to capitalise from this position. 5 metres out.
Touch!
There's the French brains trust.
Stand up. Guys, stand up.
I call it a brains trust, but I think with so many changes, with 81 players in 3 years, Levermont, you question if he uses his brain too often in that sense.
Engage!
I'll let you tell him that. Straight down from the French this time. Relief for Italy.
Head and shoulders.
Well, it's Marconnet who was the guilty party that time, up against Castrogiovanni.
You can just tell how technical a phase the scrum is now, because France have been utterly dominant in every scrum so far.
He's hitting like that.
Yeah, Marconnet goes in and goes straight down. Now, we can hear Bryce Lawrence speak to Thierry Dusautoir, the captain, just explaining it's all an engagement. It's got to heads and shoulders, got to be straight. But France are so dominant, yet concede a penalty when they had the put in 5 yards from the Italian line.
Shortened line out here for the Italians. Parise it is who takes it. Any kind of score prior to half-time would be vital, you feel. That's a great drive from the Azzurri. Semenzato with the box kick. Not so clever.
Not so clever. It's a shame. He's kicked very well, actually, so far, Zemzato, the scrum half. You can hear him put it up. He's putting up again under a bit of pressure for Bonnaire, but not good. As soon as he hits it, as soon as it came off the boot, he knew it'd come off the side and it was going to be straight out and a line it now for France.
It's Bonnaire. Tranduc to Josian Médard. Very well tackled by Garcia and Oquera together. Chabal. Parra sniping. Dusautoir, the skipper, takes it on. Trying to stretch the Italians here right out to the touchline. Parra wants it. He wants it quicker than that, though.
Very slow ball, isn't it?
Well, they've got the penalty, and it's taken quickly by Morgan Parra. Semenzato does the tackling. They have the advantage, they have the penalty. Servat has a go himself. Great driving work from Sebastian Chabal there. Taken on now by Nale. The rest of the back division are waiting. Now's their chance. Tranduk thinks about slipping it, eventually does slip it to Clark, who's driven back in the tackle. Great defensive work from Italy. And they've stolen the ball, and Garcia will whack it away.
Good defence again by Italy. It looked, for all the money that France were going to just have the nous to get across the line. Clark comes in the inside ball there, but Parisi, the captain, look at the Italians. You know, to be fair, it was a wrong call by France. Why put it back into the area where the French defence were going to come? But Festuccia then gets the turnover ball. Garcia kicks it out, and the pressure is relieved.
The kind of defensive play just before half-time, which will really lift the Italian spirits, give them heart and confidence. 2 points the difference against the Grand Slam champions from last year. Very, very much still in the hunt here, Italy.
Well, this is a proper game, this is a proper test match, very physical.
Line-out ball for Nale of France. Bright sunshine. Servat wrapped up by Zani. The Italian back row has been outstanding this afternoon so far. Tranduk with the up and under. Massi comes for it, taps it back, and does well. He's got it away to Canale. Semenzato wants it, and the French are not releasing the tackle player.
Lots of penalties in this game, isn't it? Lots of penalties by both sides. Massi didn't quite get it, but at least it fell for Canale there. And you can see Nick Mallet there, the coach, screaming. Chance 2.5 minutes before half-time. Chance here, look at the penalties conceded. A lot of them were technical offences, but a lot of them have been silly ones as well.
Step back. Yeah, good.
Festuccia. And the French have made a proper mess of that. They've done very well. Knocked forwards by the Italians. Great competition in the line out there.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? You know, that's what rugby's all about. It's all about competition. That's why they want the scrums to be competitive as well. Much easier to do in the line-outs, though. So many technical areas, as I said earlier, in the scrum.
1.5 step forward, White, please. Keep coming. Thank you. Crouch.
Bryce Lawrence, again, trying to impose himself on this pair of front rows.
Engage.
It's a steadier scrum. France in control. Chabal. Parra. Uge off his wing. Tranduk to Ruggieri. So nearly an interception by Oquera. The Italians have it. It's gone forwards for all the excitement of the crowd.
Yeah, we saw that move, that stop move that France do. Huget comes in as the first receiver off the scrum. Ruggieri and Medard just get a bit caught up, and Oquera just about takes the interception and then tries the kick. But well, good pressure by Italy, putting pressure on the French backline. The French backline are trying to get the width. They're trying to play as far wide to stretch the game as possible, stretch the Italian defence as possible. But their execution wasn't quite up to that point.
Crouch.
Half-time approaching.
Pause.
And the French only with a slender lead, with all of those big points stacked up behind them in the history books. Many thought it would be the same again today. Not so in this opening half. Tranduk, lovely show and go. He hasn't managed to go too far, though. Josian. Looking wide for Uge, he's got to be careful here. Bergamasco's right on top of him. And that is that. Half-time. With the French leading by 8 points to 6, Andy, your thoughts?
Well, in many ways, this last phase of play summed up the game. Trans-Duc hasn't really had a great half. A bad pass by Rougerie. A little bit of a knee in the back there by Bergamasco. But one bit of inspiration, if you like, by Vincent Clerc to score the try. The only try of the first half. And it's been very scrappy, it's been very physical, but you'd expect. Very physical, very scrappy. Not huge, not fantastic quality. But this is a full test match, full-on test match.
Vincent Clerc with the only try of the match so far. Parra on target with 1 penalty to 2 from Mirko Bergamasco. Half-time in Rome, Italy 6, France 8. We have one change that we've spotted so far. Luc Ducalcon is on in the front row for the French. We'll establish exactly who he's replaced in a moment or so. Marcone or Mas. And the Italians look to be lining up as they did at the start. So Mas is off the field and Luc Ducalcon wins his 5th cap for France. He's had 1 or 2 injuries in recent months, but now taking the field for his country. And the French really desperately in need of a little bit of magic, something different, an injection of urgency, Andy.
Yeah, they're doing. It's that man that's holding the ball right now, about to kick off the second half. Trans-Duc, he's got to be the inspiration. He's got to execute a game plan that, as Serge Betsen was saying at half-time, just doesn't seem to be there with the French, and it's very surprising. But that can turn around. We've seen it with France before. They could put on a load of scores in the second half, or we could have a very, very exciting second 40 minutes.
So Trans-Duc with the restart. A little bit of cloud cover overhead now as the ball bounces around and it's gathered in by Delape. Semenzato to Castro Giovanni, 2 big men colliding there. Castro up against Sebastian Chabal. He's really yet to properly get into the game, you feel. He's managed to get a hand on that and made life awkward, but a massive hit coming in from Barbieri. Italy desperately looking to rock over the top, but it looks as if the French are shielding that. Oh no, they've come away with it. Castro Giovanni finds Benvenuti. Good tackle from Vincent Clerc. Again, Delape takes the contact. Festuccia has been busy this afternoon, responsible for a couple of key turnovers. Oquera finding Garcia on the switch. Zani takes it on now. Decent start here from the Italians. Oquera has found a half gap and he slipped it away to Massi. Such strength from the fullback. Decent continuity too. Oquera, the grubber kick through. Oh, you just felt that needed to be kept in the hands. Vincent Clerc has got the clearance kick away. This is an awkward bounce for Benvenuti. He's got men on top of him. Medar's right there. 3 Frenchmen bottling him up. He's done very well to feed that back. Semenzato's caught. Medar, well, he's known for his mazy running. He's really putting in the big hits here. Slow ball. Lots of thought going into this from Semenzato, who then sends it high into the air. Again, Chabal is underneath it. Takes the contact from Benvenuti. Taken up by Julien Pierre, who's enveloped by Delape. Castro Giovanni's done very well there. Has he snaffled possession? No, he hasn't. Parra to Medar. Nale. Parisse calling for more defenders to the left, the Italian left. Dusautoir hit hard by Barbieri. Trans-Duc to Josian to Rougerie. Out to Bonaire, who opts for the boot. This is going to be an interesting chase with Semenzato back there, Ruggieri on top of him.
They defended very well. Both kick-throughs, they've defended very well, Italy.
Boquero's in there at scrum half, and this is Parise. Castrogiovanni overrunning things a little. Here's the tight head. Penalty, France.
Well, what a breathless piece of play, passage of play, so much happening. This was the Mazzi break, fantastic offload by Boquero, the standoff. Mazzi, no support, look, there's no white shirts there, but then this was the kick at the end. Poor decision. Vincent Clark picks it up, and then just so many phases of play. Good defence from kick through by Italy, but the end product is a penalty for Morgan Parra. A breathless start to the second half.
Great work from the Italian fullback. He's been muscular, he's been really putting himself about, he's been very solid under the high ball as well. So Parra is lining this one up at a slightly awkward angle. A success rate of 1 from 3 so far today. And one of those that missed, of course, hit the post. Normally the dead-eye dick of the French lineup. France into double figures at the start of this second half.
Yeah, good kick by Parra. See a lot going on, that's the kick. It's too easy for Parra, he's never going to miss from that range, but as I say, a breathless. This is Castrogiovanni holding on Ruggieri over the top of him, you can see there, good penalty. Frustration there by Troncon, the former international scrum half, and obviously Nick Mallet.
Yeah, there's a man you'd have come up against a few times in years gone by, Andy.
Tough old player, tough player.
Chabal gathers in the restart. This is Ducalcon, hit by a wall of white.
Taken back.
Tranduc taken back into the 22, so not searching for touch. He's found Massey again. Chases after it, and it's fumbled by Ruggieri, but fumbled backwards. And here is Tranduc as France try to launch the counter-attack through their replacement prop forward, Ducalcon. Dusautoir. Easily handled that time by Parise. Long missed pass from Tranduc. That's a shaky one from Ruggieri. Nasty one to pick up there for Josion. Very unkind.
Yeah, poor defence, but there's Mazzi, he's taking the ball. Look how he just runs up, he puts a little chip up, comes off the side of the foot there, but it caused a bit of trouble. And then this is the Josion, not normally. But this was the break, this was Boquero, the standoff. Nice little break and offload to Mazzi. But look, there's not a white shirt in the vision. You can't see a white shirt. Nobody support. The first support was Lo Trucchero, the loose head prop. And that's Italy's problem. When you're not used to making breaks, there's no support. And then, as we said, poor decision.
A couple of replacements onto the field. Lo Trucchero and Festuccia have gone off to be replaced by Giraldini and Perugini. So a change in the front row for the Azzurri, and they're straight into action.
Touch.
In a great attacking position here. Options either side.
Engage.
35 metres out to. There's some pressure in that front row there as Perugini pops up pretty quickly. Yet another reset scrum.
Certainly is. I never understand changes that happen just after half-time. Why, if you're going to make a change 4 minutes, 5 minutes after half-time, why don't you do it at half-time? Never understood that one.
Interesting call from Nick Mallett. This is his 4th Six Nations campaign. 3 wooden spoons so far, and with a success rate of just 15% for all the plans that he's put in place. 5 wins to his name, and you wonder whether he will survive after the World Cup. A lot of talk about the possible replacement in the form of Jacques Brunel of Perpignan.
He's been good for Italian rugby, no doubt about it. He's been good for the championship. You know, he's got a wealth of experience, and you know, in his time, Italy have unquestionably improved. Now, 5 wins in 3.5 years. You know, in the commercial world we live in and results business that rugby is nowadays, obviously it's not a great success, but they've got very competitive. I mean, that defeat against England at Twickenham recently, 59 points, that's the first time in a while that Italy have shipped points like that. They've been very, very competitive. Nick Mallett, I think, deserves great credit for what he's done with Italy over the last 4 years.
We were talking earlier, weren't we, about the fact that they seem to be perennially hampered at half-back in the absence of a man like Troncon. Of course, years gone by, Diego Dominguez struggling to find that 9-10 axis. Unfortunate as well from that opening game. Eduardo Gori, their very promising scrum half, injured after only a matter of minutes in that very first match of the Six Nations.
Half-backs and everything. We've seen how Ben Young's, Toby Flood have been the form half-backs in the championship, and England, lo and behold, have won 3 games on the back of it.
Engage!
Semenzato feeds. The Italian front row is being mangled there by the French.
17 under pressure.
Perugini really feeling it right from the off.
That was power. Look at this. Alcon just absolutely got underneath Perugini there. It was straight, it was legal. Italy popped up, and now a good kick there has given France field position just inside the 22.
Maybe now they'll try and turn the screw with half an hour left to play. 5 points the difference, and an attacking line out here on the Italian 22. Bonner does the job. Tranduk to Josian. Great tackle from Morquera, who was singled out as a defensive weakness against England. 3 missed tackles, 3 tries resulting, but there he did his job. Driven on now by Marconnet. Servat flirting with that right-hand touchline. Dusautoir rocked back in the tackle. Castrogiovanni lending his weight. Bonner makes good yardage, and the ball comes quickly out from Parra to Tranduk. A little bit of magic from Tranduk, and away for Parra. Magic from the halfbacks. France have their second try.
Absolutely magic by the halfbacks, because they got out of jail so much there, because they were isolated so many times. But look at the number of white shirts. They cannot be happy, Italy, with that. But Tranduk back inside, and a great finish by Morgan Parra. Tranduk gets the offload, and Parra, fantastic finish, great try. Look at the frustration from one scrum half to another. He will appreciate the support line, and a good try by France.
A first international try for Morgan Parra. Made his debut 3 years ago, but that his first 5-pointer, and now a very straightforward conversion. Through it goes. And suddenly that cushion looks rather comfortable.
Yeah, it was, and that's what they needed. But this is the end. Look at all the white shirts, as I say. Good offload to Parra under the sticks.
Tranduk, the architect of the try, just prepared to try something different. Have a little dart, and when you're in that kind of attacking position, why on earth not? Cap back for Italy, and Semenzato. Nice handling as Barbieri takes it up.
Fine.
Decent strip though by Chabal, who's got turnover ball for the French. Marconnet to Médard, that's better. Spilt with the pressure coming on from behind from Bergamasco.
Well, it got spilt. I don't think it was anything to do with Bergamasco. He just seemed to lose control of it. But turnover ball at France is Médard. No, to be fair, Bergamasco did get him from behind. Médard has just had... He's not had a good game. Well, he's just, the game's not gone for him. It's just not happened for him. Huget's been there or thereabouts in certain things, but it's just not happened for Médard.
Recalled to the team today after recovering from his hamstring problem, missed the game against the English. He's a man who's really bulked up as well, Andy. I mean, a year ago, he seemed to be half that size. He's lost none of the pace, though, seemingly.
Yeah, no, he's a good player. I mean, really a fantastic player. Just some games don't go for you, and it certainly hasn't gone for him today here in Rome.
Quality burners as well.
Come up.
Talking of which, where's Paul Griffin these days?
They were the best, weren't they? Best sideburns in world rugby.
Finding up here, up, not under.
Warming up on the touchline is Chris Burton. Aussie ball and fly half. Maybe about to make an appearance.
Go half.
Again, the French really turning the screw at scrum time, and they've got possession of it through Josian and Rougerie. Para to Tranduc, to the skipper. Para spots a half gap, almost through. Again, it was Castrogiovanni doing the tackling. This is Julien Pierre. France just stepping it up a touch here. A little bit more pace.
That ball's out. That ball must be out.
Hacked away, and it's fallen into the arms of Canale. Tries to get it in behind Médard and Bonaire. There's a bit of confusion about who's going to take that. It's Bonaire who does it. It's a lovely pass out to Huget. Huget runs into a wall of white shirts. Penalty to the Italians. Not releasing.
Yep. Good, strong defence there. Looks like it was Semenzato, the scrum half. Huget takes it in. Good first tackle. Let's look at number 9 there. You can see knees on the ground. He's got away with it. His knee went off the ground. Technically, he then should have had to leave the ball, but he didn't. The referee didn't see the knee go down. He got back to his feet, stayed on the ball, and got the turnover, got the penalty.
And Bergamasco is lining this one up from around about 38 metres out, dead onto the post. Good work from the scrum half, Semenzato, who's kind of found himself thrust into the limelight in this Six Nations campaign, having leapfrogged Canavosio. Started at Twickenham, and Canavosio was complaining of fatigue, and of course with Eduardo Gori injured in that opening game, that was his chance. Here is Bergamasco to cut the deficit. The distance. Rougerie lets fly. And Massey gathers. Oh, has he managed to keep inside the touchline? He has. Massey still going. Castrogiovanni is the point of contact. Garcia to Canale. Benvenuti. Haven't seen too much of the youngster on the right wing. Doing well though, almost inside the 22. France looking to ruck over the top of it. Rougerie, has he done well? No. Penalty has been awarded to the Italians. Canale's down, prone on the ground. well, he started from a position where he had one knee on the ground there, Andy. Was that the problem?
What he's saying, he's saying the referee's saying he's playing the scrum half first. Simon Zatu came through and pushed the halfback, the scrum half, as Bryce Lawrence, the New Zealander, calls it. If Rouge had not gone into contact, not pushed them away and just gone through, what he did with the ball was legal, but he cleared the scrum half out first.
So another opportunity, should Bergamasco want to have a crack at the post, and his skipper has suggested as much. And this is when those missed kicks, Andy, begin to tot up, don't they? Bergamasco, if he nails this, if he had nailed the other, it would only be a 6-point difference.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bad contact, the last one. I mean, the last one was on the 10-yard line, and it didn't have the length to get even to the post, over the line. I think he had a poor contact. I think he hit the ground first. So, yeah, he's not going to have any confidence standing over this kick, which is vital if Italy are going to get back into this game.
A couple of changes been made as well, this time to the French lineup with Thion and Aeronautica onto the field in place of Nale and Chabal. So the back row and the second row bolstered. Italian thoughts resting with this man, though. Across the face of the posts. And there you have illustrated why Italy need a proven quality goal kicker.
Yeah, and what it does to France now is in the last, 23 minutes, they know that they can give away penalties, and the likelihood is they're not going to concede any points. So, yeah, very damaging. Bergamasco there, he's just not a kicker. Just under pressure. The first two kicks of the game were easy, he got them, but under a bit of pressure, any distance, he struggled.
So hard to apply the pressure in the business end of the opposition half and come away with nothing. So dispiriting for the rest of the team, quite apart from the problems that he has of his own. Here we have Paul Derbyshire on in the back row in place of Robert Barbieri, who's been everywhere this afternoon. He's had a terrific game. And Christopher Burton is on as well. Parise throws the dummy, runs straight into Serva, rolls over and gets up and has another crack. Massi to Garcia. This is adventurous stuff from the Italians, and they have quick ball too, as Perugini is upended in the tackle. Great work from Du Sautoir. Giraldini takes it on for Italy. Another promising position, 30 metres out. Burton to Bergamasco. Nowhere to go. Burton. Parise is missed out, and Canale has it. Flings it wide for Massi. Parise wrapped up by Aeronautica. Canale, suggestion of a forward pass. It's been allowed to go through. Zani gets it away and cutting in field. Oh, and Garcia was there waiting for it. Here they come though, and they have it through Andrea Massi. Just for a minute, it looked as if Italy had butchered their try-scoring opportunity, but great work from Benvenuti continued the move, and Andrea Massi has the try.
He certainly deserved that, the full-back. Been outstanding. You're right, Zani, I thought, great play there, and I thought if he could have offloaded this to Garcia, he was in. He thought he might have botched it, but no defence on the blind side there by France, and Massi takes it in. Great play there by Benvenuti, doesn't offload it, but good play by Zemzato, the scrum half as well, and Massi takes it round. No Ashton splash dive there, under control, under pressure. Here's where we thought the offload might happen, it didn't, but he recycled it. Zemzato take it down the blind side, Massi goes in. Good try.
Nick Mallet having words with his skipper as well on the touchline, desperate to get messages through to the rest of the Italian side. And a big kick once more from Mirko Bergamasco. Only 5 metres in from touch. He's missed the last two. He's much happier with that one. Well, of the three, Andy, that was the toughest of the lot.
It was, but technically he got it right. He got the contact right, and it sailed through, and that was a good kick. You know, 18-6, I thought France had this game absolutely sewn up, but at 18-13 now, it is absolutely game on.
And the French runners are called back here for being in front of Francois Tranduc at the restart. That's very basic.
Very basic, and just, you know, this is what I said, at 18-6 you thought France were in total control, and then they just got off the ball. Italy have raised the game. Listen to the crowd here at the Stadio Flaminio. They're really getting back behind the Italians.
It's a 5-point game. And don't they know it here? French making a basic error from the restart. So Italy have an opportunity right here, and they've got a free kick as well. Taken quickly by Parise. Lovely step. And now the chip ahead from the captain. Medard gathers. Massey, he'll relish another go. Such power to get over that 10-metre line. Semenzato feeds on to Perugini. The Azzurri with their tails up here. Burton. And missing out Garcia, finding Alessandro Zanni. Semenzato's been dragged into the mire there. Picked up by Benvenuti, quick thinking. And popped away by Semenzato to Castrogiovanni. Again breaking the gain line. Burton with the French offside. Italy will have the penalty. Semenzato digging. There's the whistle.
They've just got momentum, haven't they? Everything is moving for them for as long as it's penalising France. Italy have just got their dander up, and it's great to be here. The atmosphere is fantastic. This was the end of it. The penalty advantage was being played. Massey, he's had a good game, hasn't he?
They're just going to start, you feel, to believe that this is possible now. 18 minutes left to play. 5 points the difference. Mirko Bergamasco lining up another one in front of the posts, around about 32 metres out. This is well within his compass. Of course, if he'd nailed the other two, they'd be leading by now. All the pressure heaped on the winger. Famous rugby family with his father and brother, of course, internationals too. A little bit of a breeze, it seems, has picked up as well, just to add to the mix.
Just when he's a wee bit nervy, that's the last thing he wanted to happen. He's only got a minute. He must be getting close to the minute to make the kick.
Is he going to be timed out? Fabulous for Italy. Absolutely essential, you feel, if they're to go on and complete the job, that Bergamasco retains those kicking boots. 2 points now, the difference between these two sides.
Now we'll see what this French side's all about. They went in front of the kicker from the last kick-off. Will they concentrate this time? Can France turn the tide? Because there's an atmosphere here at Stadio Flaminio now, and the Italians have got their heads up, and they're really going for this game now.
Tranduc gathered in by Parise, who yet again has just been immense this afternoon. Turnover ball here for the French, and it's Thion. Rougerie. Well held by Canale. Italy snuffing out the danger for now. The defence has got to hold firm here. Anxious moments these. 15 minutes left to play. Nordici. Tranduc to Dusautoir. There's a small hole there, and he saw it. Maydar is there.
Roll out!
Para to Tranduc. The drop goal from Tranduc.
Time out.
Right decision. Let's have a look at it. Right, he was almost running. Didn't really set himself. That was a good contact, wasn't it? Just
huge
pushed
amount
it
in it
past the right-hand post as he was kicking at it. He looked like he was going to run it, and he decided to change and stop.
Well, you can see now the tactics that the French are looking to employ. I mean, that was a question of points at any price, really, just to settle the nerves a bit, Andy, at this stage of the match.
And the right thing to do. They've been blown away in the last 5 minutes. They've conceded a try and a penalty to bring Italy right back into it. And the crowd, as I mentioned, has been getting very excitable. And it was a good decision by Tranduc to go for it. He just unfortunately pushed it.
We have a man down.
Del Fava's injured at the moment.
Carlo Del Fava.
You don't like to see any injury, but this has also come at a bad time for Italy because they had all the momentum going. They were, you know, the crowd were up, they were up. They didn't want this. They didn't want to sort of take the momentum out. And France will be quite happy just to be able to regroup, get some information on. All the water carriers are there. They're passing on information from the coaching team. They'll just be able to regroup and use this moment just to get things sorted.
All right, boys.
The Italians, by contrast, have got to find a way to sustain that momentum, haven't they? To keep the adrenaline coursing through the veins.
I mean, he missed two of them. They weren't the easy kicks, they weren't particularly difficult, but 18-16, it might come down to that man there we can see. And it might come down to his goal kicking at the end of the game.
Guys.
Still we wait for Carlo Del Fava, who is up in a sitting position now. And now onto his feet. Recalled to the side after the defeat to England. Carlo Del Fava. So the drop out this time from Chris Burton. Tranduc with the up and under. Plenty of men underneath it. It's taken by Parise quite brilliantly. Garcia tries to slip through. Picked up one-handed by Castrogiovanni. Penalty to the French.
Holding on.
Castrogiovanni penalised for failing to release the ball. And every time that whistle blows, Andy, now both sets of players will have their hearts in their mouths.
Yeah, I mean, Parise has just been outstanding again, but I have to say, so is his opposite number, Thierry Dusautoir. He comes looking straight in there in the scrum cap, over it, strong, look at his feet, he's on his feet. Good decision by Bryce Lawn, but fantastic positioning, if you like, and strength by Thierry Dusautoir, who is just absolutely everywhere, isn't he? He's just one of those players. He's got such a work rate, doesn't hardly ever make a mistake. Yeah, in a team of the French that are so flamboyant at times and they're inconsistent, he is Mr. Consistent for France.
So, a big kick here for Morgan Parra. Anxiety for those on the bench. And this would really settle the nerves. It's got the distance, and it's over. That is a terrific kick from Morgan Parra. Given all the din that was going on around him, the noise of the crowd, the tannoy. Seemed a little harsh to have the tannoy going when a man is concentrating that hard.
thing is, in France, they love the noise when they kick. They actually cheer, they clap at the French club grounds when their kickers kick, so it doesn't bother them. Good connection, good kick. 21-16.
Zani has it for Italy. And this is Burton. Wrapped up again by Dusautois, who's straight onto his feet trying to snaffle the ball. Castro Giovanni. Perugini. The props working hard. Burton. Missed pass for Zani and Massi. Semenzato looks down the blind side.
Leave it blue.
Burton to Parise, rides the tackle, offload out the back of the hand, that was nice.
Off.
Penalty Italy.
Off.
We've seen the influence of the two captains for their respective countries in the last few minutes there. Parise, awful, look at that offload, fantastic to keep the play going. Bergamasco takes it into contact, look at that, good, you've got to do it, he has to try, he was going to get isolated if he'd just gone to ground, and then France don't roll away, and yet again it comes down to the goal kicking. Look at that number of penalties, 7 conceded by Italy, 9 by France, in their own half, 5 and 7.
Yet again, the hopes of a nation resting on Mirko Bergamasco. 8 years playing his rugby in France, trying to keep the Italians in touch here. That's through the middle.
Obviously learned from his previous mistake because it was onside depth of position and just drifted in front of the post there. He got the angles absolutely right. 21 points to 19, 10 minutes to go. What a finish to this match.
5 from 7 now for Mirko Bergamasco, whose nerve is being tested right to the very extremities today. Enthralling minutes left. Damien Traille is onto the field in place of Yannick Jauzion for France. Castro again charged with the carrying work. Semenzato, who's been doing that all day. Whose hand did that come off? It's been awarded to the French.
Yeah, Semenzato has box kicked very well. That one probably not far enough to put real pressure, expose the French defence, but I've been quite impressed with him. Semenzato, the scrum half, he's had a good game.
Leonardo right over the top, and this is Semenzato breaking clear. And he's spilt it in contact. Great tackle from Vincent Clerc, and the French will regroup now.
Clean advantage over.
Para finds Tranduk, and this is Traille, route 1 from the big centre. Tranduk has spotted half a gap, he's through. Garcia eventually scrags his man, and the ball hasn't found its way to Uge, it's found Massi. And here come Italy again.
Keep rolling.
No, that's just a dumb penalty. Dumb penalty by Martin. You can't lie there, absolutely right. And all Italy were going to do was kick it out, and now they get to kick it out, but they'll get the line out. Dumb penalty. But this was a scrum half. Semenzato just topped him up. Good break, but unfortunately just knocked it on.
So Burton looks to capitalise with a decent touch finder. Takes it into French territory.
The halfback has to stand over.
impressed with him. He's come off the bench, Chris Burton, and he's just controlled things. He's passed the ball well, he's kicked the ball well. You know, we've talked about standoff being a problem position, and O'Carroll didn't have a fantastic first 50 minutes, but Burton looks like he's got a bit about him.
Guys.
Born in Brisbane. And that last-minute drop goal attempt from all of 45, 50 metres out against the Irish to try to clinch it right at the death. Playing a big role here. Parise has it again for the Italians. The clock ticking downwards. 7.5 minutes left to play. 2 points the difference. What a famous win this would be for Italy if they could somehow find a way to get over the line. Giraldini. Heldenhuis bundled backwards. Big hits coming in from the French. Burton has seen some space. That's a very useful kick from Chris Burton. And not a whole lot that Uge can do. Taken quickly. Bergamasco finds Semenzato. The Italians need this ball, and they need it in a hurry. France have just been able to stem the flow.
Got the penalty advantage.
The arm is outstretched. Bergamasco could be into battle very soon with that boot of his.
Offside.
The French penalised. Offside once more.
What was Uge doing, the right winger for France? Took it into touch and then let Bergamasco come and take the ball off. And watch this, Uge let that go out, and then he stands and waits for Bergamasco to come take the ball, literally gives it, gift wrap to him for the quick throw in to Semenzato that's resulted in now a penalty with what 5.5 minutes to go for Italy to take the lead.
He was just computing exactly what he'd done, I think, wasn't he? It was just dawning on him exactly what he had done and the potential ramifications, because Bergamasco can put Italy into the lead with 5.5 minutes left to play. And I don't think, if you'd taken a straw poll of the 33,000 inside the Stadio Flaminio at the start of play, that they could possibly have dreamt that that might be the case.
It's exactly the same as the conversion from Mazzi that he got.
5 from 7 so far today from Mirko Bergamasco. You will tell from the roar whether this bisects the posts. Oh, yes it is! Sensational stuff from Mirko Bergamasco. The technique might not be that of Johnny Wilkinson, but the heart is one of a lion, and the Italians have their noses in front.
That's bottled, that's it. Can you close this game out? 4.5 minutes, Italy. Can you beat France for the first time?
Italy then, leading by 22 points to 21. Will tear into the French surely here. Parise, he'll sense it.
Outside. Taken back.
Burton, the controlling figure, eases the pressure, and now the questions are going to be asked of this French side. Grand Slam winners 1 year ago. Du Sautoir, but it's been knocked forwards by the French. 4 minutes.
Now, they've not been in this position before, closing out a game as big as this against France. They're big rivals, European rivals. And it's little things like that, it's getting the knock on there like Horan Arjaki. Look at Nick Malik. The atmosphere is unbelievable. I hope it's coming across at home. It is so good here in the Stadio Flaminio. What a last 4.5 minutes.
Well, the Italians, under Nick Mallet, as we were saying earlier, have had 5 wins to their name. They beat Fiji in November. They've beaten Scotland twice here in Rome. The last 2 meetings between those two in Rome, they've beaten Samoa and Argentina. This would rank right up there amongst the very, very best of days. The ball is fed in and the scrum has collapsed again.
Well, there's been so many good players in the pitch here today for France. Thierry Giuseppe has led the team outstandingly well. Fabio Semenzato, scrum half for Italy, has been great, as has the captain, Sergio Parisi. But for me, at full-back, he's been rock solid under the high ball. He scored the Italian try. Andrea Massi is my RBS Six Nations man of the match.
Well, this reset has wasted another minute as far as the Italians are concerned. How must they be feeling? Nick Mallet and Alessandro Troncon, the architects of what could be an extraordinary result. Parisi has it. He's going to take things into his own hands here. The French desperately trying to ruck over the top, but Italy have it, and Perugini will drive forwards. They must be disciplined here. Any penalty could be very, very costly.
They need to kick it, they need to get out of this area for that very reason.
Castrogiovanni drives on, straight into Haranordaki. Noise in this place is just building and building all the time. Burton, clever, in behind Clark. Medard has it now. Can he conjure something? He's conjured a half break. But importantly, Italy are out of their own half. Penalty to the French, taken quickly by Parra, who knows it's just absolutely vital just to get inside the opposition half here.
Semenzato did fantastic. He was back 10, he made the tackle and slowed it down. Well played.
Damien Try has a crack to Dusautoir. Bonaire is there too. He may have just run into his own player there, but referee Bryce Lawrence is not to be moved. Try to Ducalcon, the enveloping tackle, raining in from Perugini. Tranduc to Rougerie. Rougerie will have a dart. Tranduc to Uge. Uge slips almost past Garcia. Medard now has it. This is within range. 50 seconds left on the clock. France in possession. 1 point in it. Tranduc to Try. Such a dangerous runner, hauled down by Perugini. Consider the drop goal option as well, of course. And at the moment, Tranduc is far from sitting in a pocket.
Play, ball's out.
20 seconds left to play. France have the ball.
Scrum.
I thought that hand was going up. Sorry, I thought the arm was going up.
The angle of the arm is everything.
Exactly. I thought that was going to be a penalty. Look where it is. This is it, it's the last play. Good defence by Italy. France a couple of times looked like they were getting away when Try went through Medard and Uge, but this is it. Cheval, Sibas can't watch. Not many in France can. Last play of the game. Can Italy hold out?
Well, it's a time for some very cool heads. Italy have to keep their discipline no matter what. The French have to say a small prayer to the man upstairs.
So this is last play. The only thing that can keep it going is a penalty for either side, obviously. If it's Italy's game over, it's a penalty. Look where they are. Look right in front of the post. This is it, Italy. This is your moment.
And an eye always on Tranduc to see if the drop goal might be an opportunity here. In it goes from Parra. Decent French scrum. All important. Haranordaki in control. Bryce Lawrence not happy.
The scrum has to be completed. The scrum has to be completed. The ball didn't come up from the, so it has to go down. It'll go down again. It's not the end of the game. Can they get a penalty, France? Can they manufacture a position for Tranduc to go for a drop goal? He's already missed one.
Good you get?
Keep an eye, a sharp eye as well on the arm of Bryce Lawrence. The moment it goes upwards, in either direction will be key. Para feeds. Again, Haranordaki has it. Italy trying to stem the flow. Great shove, and the French have spilt it.
No, it's gone again. The scrum has been called back.
I thought for a minute that Haranordaki had a hand on that as it squirted to the side. Again, they will go to the set piece.
I mean, that looked like a penalty. I have to say, it looked like Italy came up and they were taking it round. Bryce Lawrence is giving the benefit of doubt to them. Oh, this is it. It's just a knife edge. Mark Lieberman can't watch. Nick Mallett can't watch.
Bite those fingernails. The Italians are close. So close.
Touch! Touch! Pause! Engage!
Again, it's a solid scrum from the French. Parise looking up from the tail. Haranordaki collects. He's dragged down. Dark blue shirts pile over. Haidar is looking for it. The referee is blowing the whistle. Who would have thought it? The biggest win in Italian rugby history. The most famous of days in Rome. The Grand Slam champions have been toppled. And have a look at the joy spreading itself all around the Stadio Flaminio.
Is sport not just fantastic that it can provide pictures that we've just seen of Italy going absolutely mad with this victory? Nick Mallett, what a victory for that man. But fair play, Italy were outstanding to come back into that game, having been 18-6 down, and to turn it around like that. Look at the scenes. This is just fantastic.
Well, the flags are being brandished with real gusto, and the celebrations will last long beyond this evening, you feel. A life-giving victory to the Italians, a life-giving